Welcome to this issue of Keeping Up with the Nerds. Today we have a special guest to continue our month-long of November guests. This is a cool one. We're going to be talking about Pokemon, art, and anything else that we can think of. Now then, let's get into the music, Brian. Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California, in the heart of Uptown Whittier, Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue 74. My name is Nick Valero.
Renee.
And this is Brian.
And welcome to the show.
Woo!
Yes.
74. That only took like 2 tries.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I'm really excited for today. I think we all are, because we actually do have another really awesome guest. We had Sarah the first week, we have Cece the next week, and finally this week we have somebody who did a lot of work for us. He's the one that did our brand new logo and everything else for our website.
Yes.
Lewis Meza!
What up, guys? Thank you. What up, guys?
Thank you for introing quickly, because my arm was hurting.
Sorry. I was trying to go as fast as possible.
Dude, I was like this the whole time. I'm like trying to go like,
I saw your arm. Yeah, it's a heavy camera. It's a
hefty camera.
What was it? We have a couple of things that we're going to be doing today inside of the podcast. Lewis, you are most well known on Instagram right now for the Super Meza Bros.
Yup, man. Love doing it. Have fun. Actually, everyone should have fun doing whatever they're doing, man.
Right,
That's honestly the truth.
Yeah, if you guys like it, we'll be posting up a couple of stuff on Lewis's, his art and everything else on the website, along with the same questionnaire that we had with CC and also with Sarah. If you guys like his shirt, though, that is a shirt that he makes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Oh, do you mind modeling the backside of it too?
Yeah, turn it around so that way the folks at home
Oh,
can see.
dang, dude.
Yes, that is a Super Meza Bros exclusive shirt. If
Lewis,
you guys
do me a favor,
Yes.
send me a couple like PNGs or some photos of like the shirts and like pieces that you wear, so YouTube people can see it on screen right now.
We'll do.
Yeah, you
Definitely.
guys just opened up. Well, you guys were starting off with doing a lot of artwork. You did a bunch of mashups with Pokemon, with Super Mario Brothers and Pokemon. Then you guys opened up your own merch store. You guys have. I think you only opened up 6-7 months ago.
No, we started our page in February.
Yeah.
And then we started the shop in September, first week of September.
It's a lot. It's a real,
This year?
Yeah.
Are you serious? It was that? Wow, what the heck?
Yeah, man.
Their growth has been huge, man.
I mean, to be honest, I quit my job for this, man. I'm doing this full time, and I'm enjoying every single second of it.
That's such
Best decision I've made.
Hey, props to you, man, because like I don't think I've ever met someone who has actually done that, because you hear it all the time from like streamers and content creators where they're like, oh yeah, I've done this for like 2 years. I've been okay, the first one that comes to mind is like Tim the Tap Man. He basically like has ever since.
It's a gamble.
It was a gamble because before he signed with Complexity, he had a little bit of like a video reminiscing of his past and stuff. He's like, yeah, I used to do this as a hobby, but now like I'm gonna 100% commit and I'm gonna be streaming full time to like hundreds of viewers, not even like thousands.
Yeah, man.
So it's like such a scary thing because you have to like hope for that growth to stick.
It's honestly having the best support system you can possibly have.
Yeah.
If you don't have the people around you that doesn't believe in you, it's not going to work out, because you're already beating yourself in your mind. Every day is different. Your mind goes in circles and back around and circles again. So I shout out to my family for sure, my friends. Nick has always been behind my back always. And if it wasn't for, honestly, my girlfriend, my brother to believe in me, I would have not taken that step. It was hard because I was screen printing before. So I graduated. I got into screen printing, into Universal Impressions. You guys, check him out. He does heat transfers and stuff like that. They're cool. But after a while, doing so many designs, gift shop designs. I did like Hawaii designs, San Diego beach designs, random like Forza designs, stuff like that. I realized, man, all these people are doing what they love and they're selling what they love. And it could be simple, very simple. Turtles all around, Hawaiian, and boom, they're printing out 5,000 T-shirts, 5,000 heat transfers. So realizing, and they would always tell me, hey, low key, would you work for me? Can I pay you outside of here? Well, and I was like, can't do that. Obviously, stay loyal to wherever you're from, where you're working at, right? Absolutely. Stay loyal. And one day, I was with my brother at nighttime. You know, sorry guys, but we smoked. Yes, we do. And we were just chilling.
Hey, you know what? No judgment.
It's legal in LA. It's legal in LA.
Sometimes you need to just to clear your mind. You know, my mind races 24/7 if I'm just everywhere. You know. But we were smoking, chilling, and me and my brothers always had a dream that one day we'll start something. Because my grandma would always tell us, I'd rather you guys work for yourselves than work for someone else.
Absolutely.
You know, I love my grandma's my mom, my everything. So she inspired me she kind of inspired me with the Mamba mentality from the beginning, then claimed Kobe Bryant, and I have that. Me and my brother, that's our main, like, you know, influencer for sure. Then we were chilling, and we decided, well, why don't we just draw Pokemon, man? Why don't we just draw Pokemon and put things together? I guess he saw a picture, and he was just like, well, let's either put heads onto different Pokemon, or different characters, iconic characters, or let's just mash up all Nintendo. And we started looking around, trying to see, like, what art people are doing. And what I liked about it was that they would change the eyes, or they would change, like, a little bit feature, or put on the costume over the actual character, and that's it. My brother and I, we both were like, well, we should start our own region and try to make it as fresh and brand new as possible. Right, so get elements, a lot of elements, not just one or two, put them into like every character.
Okay.
I mean, it's like Nintendo, right? Just Mario.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo-hoo! Just freaking, just do whatever, man. That's just
but it's so interesting what always inspires people. I know that when it came to like Super Mario Brothers, they came up with it because they already had, you know, the Donkey Kong game, and all they did was they just reused the plumber that was inside of it, and then they renamed it Mario.
They reset assets.
Yeah, they reset assets for what was it? I think it was for Sega when it came up with Sonic. They were trying to figure out what it was going to be. I think they originally wanted him to be a panda.
No, they wanted a caveman to be I forget the name of the character, but it was like originally a caveman was supposed to be the mascot for Sega, and then they came out with Sonic, and Sonic grew in popularity.
Well, the creator of Sonic, what he was saying was, he goes, I always thought the thing that most fascinated me the most was roller coasters. Roller coasters, how they flipped and everything like that, because they had the Mega 16-bit engine inside the Sega Genesis, and because they could actually like do more processing power than the Super Nintendo at the time, they actually said, okay, well, why don't we do that in a high speed, but what rolls like that? So originally they picked like a panda, they picked like all these other things, and then like a hedgehog they ended up picking, and they took it to the States with like this, like these ugly eyes in like blue and everything else, and then they were like, this thing is not gonna sell. Like no one in New York is gonna like this thing, and it just sold.
Well, see, that's the beauty of art, man. It's you grab inspiration all over the place, man. Inspiration is everywhere. Resources are everywhere. You grab it, you dismantle it, and you bring something brand new out.
Right.
That's what art is, and that's what I try to push on a lot of artists. Like, don't be too hesitant on repeating the cycle, but make it yours.
Right.
I want to take it back to something that you said like not that long ago, that whole Mamba mentality kind of thing of like working for yourself and stuff. Because honestly, I wasn't ready to like immediately begin this podcast with like motivational stuff. Like this is how like the startup story goes and everything. Because that's honestly very inspiring. That is very inspiring, because I feel like a lot of people that are trying to get into art, or because anything, it could be photography, it could be graphic designing, it could be like video production, it could be editing, anything like that. A lot of people have this kind of like difficult mentality of just getting started, because they see a lot of content creators out there or artists that already have massive followings and works, and it kind of feels like you're competing against them. But I like that mentality, because that's how I grew up as well. You know, it's like you work for yourselves, and if you like what you do, work for it and try to make something out of it, which is really good. Because I will say this, a lot of the work that you do that I've seen, you know, is just awesome. Like it's
appreciate that.
It's not even like, how can I say it? It doesn't feel copy paste. It feels very original, even though it's inspired by, you know, your love of Pokemon and your love for the different characters that exist out there, like Mario and Sonic. You even had like Casper in one of them, one of the pieces that we'll show actually in a bit.
Yeah, actually,
You want to show it to
Yeah,
the camera
show
real quick?
one.
Yeah, let's show it off a little bit because when you came in today, you were like, "I got you guys a gift," and everything like that. And so he came in, and this is how your stuff would come in.
This is how it comes in, guys.
This is how it comes in. You get like a nice little thank you letter from them. Thank you, Lewis.
Of course.
Everything
That's
else.
so
Stay
cool.
nerdy.
Yeah, stay nerdy, man. I love it. I love it so
That's
much.
awesome.
But the piece de la resistance, if you will, is your actual Mega Gengar. I love this. I love this.
I can
man,
put it right
that-
or put it in front of your camera so that
You
way
know,
people can see it up there.
Some of these art pieces are actually made during the summer. We just dropped it in October, but we've been touching up quite a bit. You know,
Yeah.
We've seen people use their iconic characters all around it and attaching it and all that stuff, but also I've never seen making your own character and attaching that to the iconic characters after.
It's
Yeah,
and that's what I mean. It's so uniquely like different as well. Because again, the more you've ever seen those like photos that are like, the more you look at it, the more you start to realize more things are being added on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so on a quick look, I saw Boo, I saw Gengar, Kirby, and Casper. But then I noticed, there's Zero. Then there's Meta Knight, but you also put Haunter on Meta Knight. And then you have the Ghostbusters ghost on the side as well as King Boo. And
that's
you're like,
really cool.
like
I
you're
like that.
noticing all those different things. I didn't even notice that Meta Knight was Haunter.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
I try to make it as best as possible for that. That was pretty tough. I'm not like Haunter was tough. I had to think outside of the box, but that was actually my brother's idea of putting Haunter and Meta Knight together.
And your
Was it
stickers
really
are
I thought
really cool.
Gengar and King Boo, that was my idea. So, we switch off. Like I said, we switch off. I love it. But also in the beginning, I know we have a red, blue, and green version, which we did Bulbasaur with Grinch. I think it was, who else did I put? Raphael. I put who else? Oscar the Grouch and stuff like that because we grew up with that. I mean, I'm a 90s kid, I love that.
There's a lot of 90s characters that were added into it. Yeah, it was
So
really sick.
I saw let's just say not all ghosts are white, right? There's different types of ghosts. Like Pac-Man ghosts. They're blue, red, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, the whole element of putting those other colors in was cool, but I wanted to make it the same color of other characters instead, because that way you just don't give it a category exactly, right? So if it's like, for example, green, I'm gonna just put anyone that's green. That's just cool, but I'm not gonna put like a grass character that is blue. I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want that. So that also came with the shiny version, because our original color scheme for the Haunter, the Kersley, and the King Gangbu, they were purple. So Kersley, it was Ghastly, right? Kirby and Ghastly, that was purple. And then Haunter is purple and Gengar is purple. But there's a shiny version to all these Pokemon. These Pokemon have a lighter, duller purple. I didn't want to give it that.
Okay.
So your thought process here is just
That's
unbelievable,
interesting,
because I'm like, you were talking about it. I was trying to connect everything you're saying. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to show the sticker again to the camera. So the sticker here, Nick, I'm going to block you for this one. All right. It like you said, it looks just white and stuff like that, but there's actual thought process that goes into it, like you said, and that makes it much more unbelievable, because it feels like there's a story behind the design and everything that happens in here. It's super cool, because you're definitely right. I didn't think about the shiny versions of certain Pokemon and how they actually look. It's so great because, again, some people think it's super easy to just copy paste and do that sort of stuff, but there's originality to this.
No, man,
It's so
I do
great.
it fresh from Procreate, ground up, man.
And your sticker quality is great.
Thank you. Sticker
Yes, I
app.
was gonna
Shout
say, that's
out.
another
Anyone
one, yeah.
sticker app, man. They kill it every time. I'm just letting you guys know.
It's a very
Sticker
strong,
app.
thick sticker. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Waterproof. I think it's existing for 25 years, something like that.
Oh,
from what
wow.
I was
Listed for
reading.
25 years, really?
It's bro. Like it's even UV resistant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it
all
doesn't
that
get
stuff.
faded or
No,
anything like
doesn't
that?
get faded.
So my quick question is, when you're making stuff that has all these different like characters and different properties, do you ever have to face like any sort of backlash when you're making it or try to print it? Like, do any companies like
that only
like
comes
kind
with,
of like a copyright kind of thing?
That comes with. I mean, it depends on the company.
Yeah.
It really does depend on the company. If they either are okay with it and okay with fan art. You go to Frankenstein's, shout out, dope place. I love the place.
Yeah.
But that was my question.
Yeah.
Am I going to get in trouble for this? Started asking questions. I went to Frankenstein, started asking questions. They said, look, man, all these companies, love fan art because of the fact that either way you're helping them out.
Just free advertisement.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
advertisement
It
for
is.
them.
Right? So, I mean, it comes with some hiccups sometimes, but stickers, no.
Okay.
Stickers, I feel like it's just freehand because you can be purchasing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So I like the question. That's actually a really
Yeah.
good question to ask because when it comes to kind of like copyright issues, we work with YouTube. So I remember there were a couple edited videos that I was doing where I had to really modify the sound, even for like
the Star Wars one got you.
yeah, like it literally was like you can change up a tone or something. It literally will not sound at all like it's supposed to, and they'll still strike you for that. And I know Nintendo's very picky about how they used to be. I don't know how it is now, but they used to be very picky with YouTubers and streamers where you couldn't stream their games without having to pay some sort of license for it. So yeah, I completely understand. It's like that question should be coming up because you are messing with so many different properties on these stickers. But again,
but the thing is that Super Meza Bros, that Super Mezamon, those are mashups, but it's not Gengar. It's not Casper.
Yeah.
It's
It is
that's
the
true.
Ghost Team
Yeah.
Super Mezamon. You know, and that's the thing that's what people are like reacting to, right? So same thing with other things. Charyoshi. It's not Charmander, ain't Yoshi. That is Charyoshi. Just
it's an original creation.
you know?
Yeah.
Always say it's ground up. It is your work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you're copying and pasting, okay, it's Charmander.
Well, obviously, yeah, that's
Yeah.
No, but think about it.
Trademark,
Think
yeah.
about it. Like
Trademark,
that's a very good idea because I just remembered about this. What's the video game I'm thinking about? It's a Banjo-Kazooie copy. Lucky and whatever it was that. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
It's Lucky and
It's not. Is it Lucky?
I don't remember.
It's a chameleon with something else.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they got hit.
I don't think they got hit. They
From
were
what-
just-
what
they got hit
platform?
And then it was like early on in like the Sega, like I think it was like the Super Mate.
No, it recently came out. It was like an ode to like Banjo-Kazooie games because they weren't making them anymore. So
What is it like?
it's with like a
how
chameleon.
would I look that up? Banjo-Kazooie,
Banjo-Kazooie.
Like- clone or
Parody?
parody?
No,
it's,
like
not a
Banjo-
parody. It
it's
wouldn't
not
be a
parody.
parody. Yeah.
Successor video games, something like that. Well, Rainy
Or
looks it up.
modded?
Modded
I don't know.
Something
Maybe
like
I'll
that.
look up
It's
modded.
an
I don't know.
actual legit video game that came
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
but like you think about it, because like people like again, you could say, and this is the thing is that I feel like a lot of work right now you could technically say is copy paste to something else. Like nothing under like the full technicality of the description, nothing is original because everything is a copy paste.
Look at
And that is what I say to artists. Look at Andy Warhol, my inspiration. Look at Banksy and Shepard Fairey. All those have been made, but they made it their own.
Right,
It
right.
is kind of
Oh,
copy and
Is it
paste, but
Yoki
no.
and Laylee?
Yeah.
Because
Yoka?
Andy
Yeah,
Warhol is like famous for getting popular. What was it like art from like cans and like street art and stuff like that, and then compilations and then putting them together inside of like an art installation.
Yep.
And like and taking what was this solitary art project and then making it like a collage of art and stuff like that. So Andy Warhol, I think, is like a great. Yeah, that's a great kind of.
That
combination.
is always my argument. If you have a problem, look at Andy Warhol's work. You shouldn't have a problem. If
That's
you're
true.
trying to make, at least for me as a graphic designer, this is actually how I first got my job. I told him I want to make the world beautiful, and I want to make it more beautiful than it is. I came from Los Angeles. 2 and 3. All you guys, whoever's 2 and 3. Shout out 2
Area
and 3.
code.
You already know
Shout out to
LA.
213.
You know, so.
So
You know,
562 in here, bud.
I
It's
saw.
562.
I know. Sorry, guys. I have to give shout out to where I'm from. You know. But then, a lot of the stores, like for example, Panda Express, right? They have their logo. They have a good their own little place, restaurant. But I would go to the Gold Medal Panda Express, I believe. That was down my street, and it was the bootleg version. To me, man, if I can
was
make
good,
that
though.
beautiful, I thought the food was amazing. I thought it was
It
good,
was,
right?
it was delicious.
I
It
would
was
eat
delicious.
it. I would eat it. Why not give them a logo that will represent kind of like Panda Express, but just make it beautiful? It's just the fact that so many of all these little shops don't have a logo. They just put their names and stuff, but if I can make it look beautiful, you're helping the world, not only them. You're driving down the street and you're looking at something, it's like, oh, that logo's dope. Instead of just looking at it like, do I want to eat there? Doesn't look too shabby, you know? And that's exactly what I told the first interview. I was like, look, I just trying to make everyone's vision out and putting it out there. As long as I can help someone out, I'm good. That's it.
That's a great way to put it, because
Yeah.
you designed, like Nick said at the intro, you designed our logo.
Yeah.
And before we started recording, I remember, well, I told you this, but I was telling Nick the first day he showed us, he's like, oh yeah, I got a buddy, he designed our logo, and I think you're really gonna like it. So in my head, I had a vision of like what I wanted, and it was like a skeleton idea of what I wanted to see.
you guys had told me what you wanted.
Yeah. Then Nick shows us the logo, and I was just like,
I worked with what you gave me, all right?
and then I saw it, I'm just like, this is so much better than I thought.
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
it was-
honestly, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
because
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, because I was on the phone with Lewis when we were going over it, and then Lewis was asking me like, well, what do they want? Like, what do you guys want? And then I told him what Brian wanted, I told him what Renee wanted, and I kind of went with what I wanted. And then the next things that came out of my mouth is I was like, now I'm telling you what we want. Show me what we want. Like show me what you think we need.
Honestly, this is where the
and that
problem
is-
comes with the graphic designer, because I mean, you're doing commission work, right?
Right.
People are asking you
Yeah.
to do stuff. Now, I take a different approach now. I took this approach with Nick. Before, I was like, here, the questionnaire. Here, try this. Let me know everything that you're trying
Yeah.
to tell me. But even though you're telling me all that, for some reason, sometimes it didn't come out how they would want it. And
Yeah.
sometimes the way that they wanted it to me was, meh, right?
But that
But
was-
I told him, and I tell people now,
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna get me and I'm gonna be doing this work, let me freely try to do what I'm trying to do.
100%.
If not,
Yeah.
then it's not gonna work
because
out.
I think in the conversation that I had with you, I was like, don't be afraid to like do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want with it and everything else. I remember having that conversation with both of you.
Yeah.
Of like, this is what you guys want, but I'm gonna let them freestyle it.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give them the guidelines of like, this is where we're at. This is what the market that we're in, and then let him run with it, and then let's see what he comes out with. And man, did you hit it out of the park on that
Thank
one.
you,
Yeah.
man.
I 100% understand like your vision when it comes to the work and stuff like that. Because for our brand, I do all the editing, and Nick, I got on Nick's case one time because I gave him a vlog to edit, and I have a specific editing style, and that's just because I grew up watching like a lot of YouTube videos. And one of my favorite editors, she used to work for Sugar Pine 7, and then she got picked up by Rooster Teeth to work for
Okay.
Funhouse. Was it Funhouse or?
Anyway,
Anyway, and then she went to 100 Thieves, so she's now a main editor for 100 Thieves.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
She has a very distinct style of editing. Her name's Autumn, and that's how I like to kind of like model my editing style. So Nick decides to edit one of the podcasts, and I'm looking at it and I'm going like, no, you need to fix the sound. Then I look it over again. No, you need to fix this cut. And then it just started getting to like the very minute details of everything. So 100% understand to that point where it's like everyone has a specific style, but sometimes the people that you work with or that hire you and stuff, they might have a different vision than you. Yeah.
And that's
Wait.
where that's what comes with the.
Sorry, Nick was like
Nick.
about to go.
I was like, and this is why
Well,
I don't edit anymore. And this is why I don't edit anymore. I got yelled at for like a week. I was just like,
God.
no,
No,
don't
but
do
even
it
when
again.
when I direct like some of the videos and stuff, like there's a specific way I want you guys to be in a certain video and stuff. And
I've done it a couple of times when we're shooting where Brian tells me something, and then I'll do something different, and then Brian goes, "Oh, actually, I like that."
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
I
Well, of
like
course,
that. Yeah, I
of course,
like that.
because that's where it comes in with my brother. I tell him, hey, whatever you're thinking, bro, let's go. Like, let me know,
Yeah.
draw it, sketch it fast. I don't care, just so I can see your placements and what you're seeing, what you're thinking of.
yeah.
Photography, I'm not a photographer. I don't know how to take a photo to save my life. Well, editing, I can Photoshop it,
Yeah.
but I cannot hit the angles if I have to. You know, like I usually tell him, show me where you want it, take a picture, and I'll take that exact picture.
Dude, I'm so
Because I don't touch that. I'm like, bro, all you.
Yeah, he.
Same thing,
It was,
right?
it was
It's
one of
just-
the-
I'm so stubborn when it comes to
Yeah.
photography because I feel like no one can take a good photo of me. Because I'll hand my fiance the camera and I'll be like, take a photo of me.
Yeah,
and
that's how
she
my
doesn't know
brother
the
is,
angles.
too.
and
My
it's
brother's
also
like,
nervous.
people can't take the same shot that I can, and that's what people have to understand with photographers too.
Uh-huh.
It's not the camera, man. It is get the best camera that you got. I promise you, my shot is not gonna be better than my brother's. Guarantee.
No, 100%
won't.
understand that because like little side thing with photography. So a lot of a lot of videographers or cinematographers, what do you want to call them, that work for like YouTube companies and stuff like that. They always talk about like the black magic cameras, or they're running like the what is it called, the red cameras and stuff like that. We shoot all our videos on a Canon M50 that cost me like $500 at Costco. And the only thing that I have to shoot most of my videos is like I think it's like a $500 cinema lens, 35 millimeter that was gifted me by a good friend of mine. That's what we work with.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of how you put your work into it that matters. Like
it comes with your comfort zone too, because I use reels. I use my phone. I mean, I want to get the new iPhone just because it's a better camera. But you give me a camera, the weight changes everything how I'm gonna shoot something. Yeah. Because how you get tired. I mean, the camera could be heavy, man. The camera could be heavy. So I've seen him do his video promos, and like it's different because you have to have a steadier hand and be stronger a little bit to slowly come down. With the phone, like, man, I'm using one hand. And I'm like, it's simpler. Yeah. But if I get a camera, I'm gonna be like.
Wheezing by the end of it, man. Wheeze by the end.
Like, so definitely like go with your comfort zone. As you build, as you grow, your comfort zone will change.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is that I've noticed, like, even like some of like the like tech YouTubers that I watch and stuff like that, a lot of them go like, you started with like a Icon or a Canon or whatever. They started with like these like real garbage cameras, started an entire channel, and then they got bigger, and then they started doing other stuff. But yeah, man, I mean, it's so interesting to kind of see the growth and the transition. I mean, I know you said earlier that you left your job just to kind of do this full time. And I know that when we went on vacation, even we were on the boat, and you were already like trying to set up, like, this is the stuff that's going to be up this week. Yeah. Like he was like, he had already had like, he was showing me like art that he had done, and he was like, all right, cool, this is going up Monday, this is going up Wednesday, and
you
this is going up Friday.
Plan, man. Yeah.
And he was already like putting it up and everything else. He goes, okay, just in case like anything happens when we get back, I have this. So that way I know when, like, so that way there wasn't any issues. And some of the art you were showing me was really sick, because it's really interesting to see the art before it goes up. And then like seeing everything else.
I still have a couple things I'm touching up. It's not finalized, but I'm touching up. It's good to plan ahead, especially that your first hit is not always going to be the right hit. Your first shot is not always going to be the right shot. You can take a second shot, it's going to be better. So as we went, as well, I'm bringing up the first mashup, like I was like, man, you know what? Like, I need to put a little bit more touch of us, more than the iconic characters I love. Like, it needs to blend in with who I am and who my brother is. We are, and that was the toughest part, figuring out that, because in the beginning of our page, if you look at it, we started I choose who. So all we would do is we made a fresh Pokeball for every single type. Every single type had a Pokeball. Then we would let the audience guess which Pokemon's coming, and then I would do a whole art piece, like redraw them. Fresh than like you've seen it. Like I didn't look at it. I was looking through the cards. I was looking through like the pictures that are out already, and I was like, nah, like what angle can I hit it at, like that we haven't seen it or someone hasn't seen it. So I started off with just Pokemon. Then during that period of time when we first started the page, we already knew that we were gonna jump to mashing up. So secretly, while I was doing all those Pokemon, I was already drawing these mashups to have at least some ready. That's why we knew like September, after 6 months, like we need to start up a shop. We need to get going and change it up a little bit. So the great part about the whole process though is that, man, I'll forever remember freshman year of college. I mean, I went to Fire Tech, so I'm not talking about all that. I first went to Don Bosco, did graphic design, loved it. I'll forever remember. Shout out to Mr. Romero, Mr. Young, Mr. Margutia, I forgot. Margutia, yeah. So shout out to them, because they believed in me and they told me, like, dude, you could go far. Like, your imagination is, crazy. But it wasn't more of like the image manipulating. It was more of the concept to the actual piece. After graduating from high school, wanted to follow my grandma's footsteps, try to do some medical stuff, didn't enjoy it, did the fire tech, didn't enjoy it. And I'll admit that one day I woke up sad as hell, sad, a little bit teary. And I said, I don't want to do this. Went to my grandma that day and I was like, I know I wasted money, but I'm going to work for you. She has property and stuff. I'll work for you so I can pay back whatever I need to, but I need to go to art school. I need to go to Art Institute. Like, this is what I need to do. The very next day I went, signed up, never looked back. Freshman year, color theory. I never messed with color theories as in scheming colors. I didn't understand it, like blue and red. How does that go together? But it goes together, right? Did a piece, and my teacher told me, you're not going to make it in here. You're not going to make it in this field. Like that.
Wow.
And it was one-on-one. It was one-on-one.
Yeah.
Literally, because it was finals. One-on-one talk. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you're not going to make it in this field. Like, your eye is not there. And I was like, oh, man, like,
you had to be told
I stopped everything for this. Like, nah, nope, no. I'm not taking that. Not taking that. Graduated in 3.5 years. Mm-hmm. Did my portfolio, did it like a whole brand, straight LA. I even have shirts still. I still keep them to this day because I look back and I'm like, this is where I started. Then I wanted to learn screen printing. I always wanted to learn screen printing. I was like, how do you get t-shirts onto this? And all the bunch of colors, how? Like, there's no ink enough to like be able to make all this.
Ironically, the high school that we went to, they used to have a screen
printing. They had
printing.
screen printing. We did that, but it was solo screen printing.
Yeah, but it was only
one color jobs, black or white, whatever. That's it. So I got to touch it up, and it was awesome is that it was old school.
Yeah.
They had a dark room.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like now where you have emotion and you have the light, like technology has grown, right?
Yeah. I think a lot of professors that were at our high school, because they were like, we know that there's a lot of new tech that's coming out. There's a lot of new things, but he goes, what happens when that tech breaks? What happens when you have to go back to the old school ways of doing this because you don't have the machine, because you're starting out, or anything else? You need to understand how to do it the old school way in order for you to do this correctly. Like, I was doing construction and drafting at the time, and I remember us going like, well, we have CAD, like we have computers. I can do a same layout that I'm doing by hand probably like in a day. Whereas like now I'm taking a week because I got to draw this by hand. And he goes, if you're on a construction site or you're anywhere else and there's an error or something like that, what are you going to do? Take it back to the office to go retouch it up? He goes, no, you got to touch it up right then and there. You got to start making lines. You got to do everything else so that way you know what's wrong. And so I think that was a really interesting kind of like education there, where it kind of got your mind into going, technology is a shortcut, and I need to learn how to do it the long way and the hard way. Before I can understand how to do it the easy way.
Like right now, I'll nerd out on t-shirts, all right? So that shirt that you have on, the shirt that I have on, when we make it on the computer and you see it on screen, is RGB, right? Bright, super bright, beautiful, whatever. That's what you want on the shirt. Reality is, it prints in CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. You need to know the percentage of each single one to pop out your color. So that pink has some magenta, some yellow, and if it's darker, then it would have some black tone. But it's all little dots, and you have to know the angle and rotation that each color is hitting. That is what people don't understand when like t-shirts. Oh no, here you go. Like, this is my design. Like, here's a photo. Put it on the shirt. I'm like, this is gonna take me a while because I need to retouch it all. You guys send me an RGB. I need to change the CMYK, and I bring out those colors that you want. And it's not. Yeah, but they're already. No. Trust me, I need to change. Unless they're a Pantone color.
Yeah.
Right. If it is a solid color, you give them the Pantone. Give them the Pantone. I want this color exactly for this shirt.
What exactly do you mean by Pantone?
So you get...
In case we have a listener who's listening and they don't know what a
Pantone is. So pretty much a Pantone, you go to Home Depot, whatever, you could pay for it, you could buy it, or go to McLogan's in downtown LA if you're from Los Angeles, and you could get a pack of Pantone colors that have numbers on it. Right?
What kind of colors are those?
I'll tell you. So each Pantone color has a code. So 224 is a blue. Yeah. Right? It could be it's a light blue. Now 3005 is a brighter blue, right? You need to have that. And also you need to have that Pantone book because it also teaches you what colors to mix from CMYK, right? Because you also get those inks. Yeah. You get CMYK pixels, right? And then you have to somehow know how many grams, liters, whatever you want, depending on how many prints you're doing, to mix it up the right way to get that exact color. That's why you need the Pantone book.
Okay. Yeah. And then what's CMYK?
CMYK is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. They're just pixels. It's kind of like, how can I put it? Paint, where if you mix green and brown, you get orange.
Yes. Same
that's
thing.
literally
Okay.
it. Yeah, that's what it is. So like
Oh.
everything that we print, this is CMYK.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
You know what I mean?
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that when somebody listens to it,
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah, yeah. No, yeah,
what
yeah.
is CMYK? Like, what
He's
is
throwing all these terms.
I know,
throwing all these terms.
I
don't know what it is.
I know,
I don't know what that
that's why
means.
I'm kind of nerding out to make sure
Yeah,
everyone's
No,
trying to get
Yeah.
exactly and know these
one's,
things.
No,
'cause-
no one's trying to get on your coloring cred, man.
No,
we know,
no,
we know
no,
you
no.
know
I
your
know
stuff.
my crap. Right?
You know what? I know my stuff.
I was kidding.
No,
But-
yeah, but
I'm just
I
in
mean,
shock, man,
Yeah.
because I'm just like.
I know Brian's been sitting here just
No, but
like,
it's
No, because
funny
it's so because as you're talking about all this, like you think you know so much about something until someone gives you the reality check. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh shoot, I didn't even know anything about that.
but I
like
think
that,
it's
like
dope.
that
Yeah.
black that you have on that Patrick,
Yeah, this right here.
that may have been 0, 0, 100, which what I mean is 0 cyan, 0 magenta, 0 yellow, and 100 black. That's why it's grayish. To make a rich black, you need
Yeah.
60, 40, 40, 100.
now, really quick, when you're walking down the street and you see printed shirts, are you constantly doing that
Oh
too?
yeah, I talked to my girlfriend
So
all the time.
he
Like
does-
I've even caught one. Like I've printed that.
Yeah.
Like I was the one
Oh,
that
really?
separated.
Oh,
Because
okay.
at my old job, I learned a lot because I was placed into a lot of areas, mostly because I wanted to. You know,
Yeah.
I was. Yeah,
That's- that-
overworked, but it was myself, man. If people need help, that's just me. Like I
Yeah.
just kind of like, if I can do it, I'll help out.
Right.
You know, they're a small team and stuff, so I took on whatever I can, even though I didn't have to. You know, and that's the best way to learn, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Glad
Yes.
that I like that. I'm so glad you can admit that you nerd out about that kind of
Oh,
stuff,
dude, I
because
do.
I'm the same way. And you know what?
Oh, yeah, every
you
time we
guys
see
might
a
get
movie-
you
every time we
guys
see
might
a
get
movie.
annoyed of me.
No,
I don't give a
I don't-
crap.
I don't-
Annie gets
Yeah.
annoyed because she's like, I can't watch a TV show the same way again. Brooklyn Nine. Okay, like any sitcom that I watch, I'm always paying attention to all the cuts and all the different edits and stuff. And I usually nerd out about that stuff. Like, oh, that's how they did this. This is probably how they got that angle and stuff. And I'm recently watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay,
My
okay.
fiance's almost there. We're almost caught up, so we'll finish the last season soon. But you know how like if it's like a one camera show, basically they'll film this dialogue first and then they'll film the next
That
dialogue
dialogue,
first and
yeah.
they stitch it together and then
Very-
they overlap the voices. There'll be certain parts in the show where you can tell that the movement of the original shot is not the
different
same
shot.
as of the same one, so they're kind of doing something different and it's not matching like their
But
mouth.
it's such a split second thing
Yeah.
where if you're not paying attention, because most of the time you're not paying attention to it, and then you don't even notice.
Oh, I catch it. And
Yeah,
it's
the
like-
average person.
Like even in
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, you haven't seen the new Ghostbusters, right?
No, I have not.
It's-
Okay.
it's good. Go watch it.
Not
I'll
a not a
check it out.
spoiler or anything, but I was telling and did you guys pick up on it or did you guys not pick up on
No,
it?
I said I didn't.
You didn't.
The only reason I didn't see it is because I didn't care.
Okay, but I did.
I was
literally
enjoying
like
the movie
first
far
second
too
it happened.
much.
So there's a
Yeah.
scene where the Ecto-1 exits a garage with its lights on. And then the next cut, the lights are off. And then the next cut, the lights go back on.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there going like, this kind of like, it didn't fully ruin it for me. But I'm like, I hate myself for actually noticing that because now it doesn't leave my mind. Still cool, but I noticed it.
And
So.
all-
Little small jab to Nick. So
Dang!
I
Hit him,
used to
Lewis.
watch movies and enjoy them without having to pay attention to anything. Then I went to Uptown Whittier here with Nick. I don't even remember what movie. Probably a ton of them that we
Yeah.
watched. And I enjoyed talking to them about it. Him, Lucas, a couple of them that I know,
Yeah.
Gene and stuff, because they caught on to things like, no, this movie was trash. I'm like, dude, it was pretty cool, bro.
Yeah,
I
what are
mean,
you
it was pretty
talking
cool. What are
about?
you talking
Yeah.
about?
I had a good time,
Dude, the
bro.
CGI this and this, they didn't use this process. I don't know what. I was like,
That's what
What?
happens when you go to movies with like movie buffs or
Yeah, with, like,
just
with big movie buffs and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
I mean, because I do the same thing whenever I see like really bad marketing. When I see like really bad like marketing campaigns or anything
Yeah.
like that, where you're just going like, why did we choose this? Like what? What was it? I think Super Bowl. Because Super Bowl we were I think I hung out with you or somebody.
your house? Or
Yeah, at the
Tom's?
house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the house, and I think we saw what was it? I think it was the Pepsi commercial with Kylie Jenner, and I think we all just kind of stopped and went, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
Like, because it was all about like stopping social justice and with Pepsi.
yeah.
Yep.
Through
Oh,
Pepsi.
it was
that? I remember that.
Yeah, and then I was like, "What the hell is that?" Or I always love playing the game of what are they selling. like when you watch a commercial and you go and then you're trying to guess what they're selling you.
Puppy monkey
yeah.
baby.
Like,
Thanks
Huh?
for
Puppy
making,
monkey baby.
Yeah.
thanks for making me pay attention to commercials because I used to not.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I love looking at commercials and then kind of trying to play that game of like, what are they selling me? What are they selling me?
Yeah.
Of going like, it's a Target ad, and then all of a sudden it goes like, oh, State Farm, and you're like, what? Where? There's red everywhere.
Yeah.
Like obviously it was a Target commercial, and it was like, no, dude. And
State
sometimes,
Farm.
but sometimes you can also see. I feel like this was a commercial that was meant for something else, and then somebody just recycled it or did different stuff like that. And I think that's really interesting to kind of see. That's why I love watching the Super Bowl, because that's when like all the biggest ads and stuff like that come out, where it's like, oh, there's gonna be some bad ones. There's definitely gonna be some. There's gonna be some
turds.
Yeah, there's gonna be some major turds in this and everything else.
So, Lewis, before we move on to our talking about the things that inspired you to create your art, any last things that you want to say to people that want to get into the industry that they're really hoping for? Because like I said, I wasn't expecting this to start off with like this is what I wanted to do. I had my doubters, but I'm here now because I love the work that I do. I'm passionate about it and all this other stuff. So do you have any like last kind of like notes that you want to tell people to kind of inspire them to keep going on and do what they do and, not just be
Definitely
a robot?
Definitely. So growing up, didn't live in the best place and stuff like that. And money was important. Money is important, of course. What you want to do, you need money, of course. But money comes and goes, so don't be chasing it. Do not be chasing it, man. I say it from the deep end of my heart. Don't chase it. It will come, whatever. Do what you love to do. Do it and put in your time, and then later on you'll look back and be happy as hell that you did it. That's it. Everyone freaks out because now okay, stocks like NFTs, there's cryptos and all that people are making so much. I get it, but even doing like things I didn't enjoy doing, I was never fully happy. I was never awake and being like, I need to wake up. Do I wake up and I'm gonna start drawing?
You're inspired. You're motivated.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Start drawing.
Every day should be like that. You wake up and you feel motivated to do
Well,
what you need to do.
I think it's
That's it. Just find that motivation in you and remember that you have a demon in your brain telling you, crap, dude, things are getting hard.
because
Things will get hard, but they'll get softer and softer and softer as you go.
it's funny because there's a lot of times where me and Lewis will either be at his house or we'll be out and about, and then we get left alone together, in which that's always a terrible idea. No, because it's not that we do anything bad. It's that we get into a tangent, because then he'll be like, "Hey, man, this is what I'm planning on doing," and then I go, "Oh, well, why don't you roll it out like this?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I could do that." And then he goes, "Oh, you guys are releasing this. Why don't you do this? Oh, you guys should do this. Oh, wait, you guys want to do this? Okay, do this." And then we get in this long tangent where like people come back and they're just like,
Oh, my friends are here.
yeah. And then we're like, oh, and then I'm like, hey man, maybe we should like wrap it up. And he's like, yeah, but hold on one second. So let's or like he'll tell me, all right, let's go back inside and like we'll be doing something, we'll be getting a drink or we'll be doing something else, and then we totally lose track of time where like we didn't even realize we've been talking outside for 45 minutes. The only reason why it's interrupting us is it's cold and we want to go inside.
You're being modest when you say an hour, because we usually go, or 45 minutes, because we usually go on and on and on. We were at Big Bear, and I swear to you, we spent 2 hours and a half just talking, and we forgot everyone was even inside.
Yeah, we were outside, and at a certain point, I think we were both just really cold. And because it was like
No, we were trying to do happy birthday for someone.
Oh,
we forgot that we were there for that reason.
Because everybody was trying to say happy birthday, and we kept on talking, and people were waiting to say happy birthday. We were just like, oh, right, that's what we need to go to.
My fiance and Sarah both joke in the same way, because John and I are like exactly the same way as you guys in that sense, where you guys are like so much into a conversation, and then all of a sudden you realize that it's been like an hour and a half of just straight conversation. Because my fiance and Sarah will both walk in on us, and we're just like in the same conversation, and we're like, so are you guys like dating now or something? And we're like, no, we're just like really deep in a conversation.
His girlfriend tells us that all the time, and she's like, you can keep him. It's fine.
They're just jealous, man. You know what? They're jealous. They don't understand.
I can have and just keep going and blabbering my mouth with Nick, man. It's simple,
Look, man, it doesn't have to be like that. Sometimes it's just bro talk, right?
But honestly,
bro
it's,
talk,
yeah,
man.
I mean, because I've known Lewis for 10 plus.
Yeah.
It's 10 plus.
Yeah.
We've known each other
before high
for
school, because we went to summer school 7th grade at Bosco, so we weren't even in high school, but we met there. So I've known him ever since then, and my brother was in the same class as his brother. So we were smart enough to not get in trouble, but do the same things.
But it was funny though, because we actually didn't know our brothers knew each other.
Yep.
The only reason we knew that our brothers knew each other is because my brother would take me out to go hang out with his friends, and then his brother was like, "Oh, well, my buddy's bringing his brother with him. You guys are the same age. Maybe you guys should hang out." And then he showed up at my house one day, and I was like, "What are you doing here, man?" And then he was just like, "Oh, my brother brought me." And then I remember seeing his because his brother came to hang out with my brother.
Yeah, we were just hanging out in the same place.
Yeah, and then we were just like playing Smash, or we were doing whatever. But it was one of those things of it reinforced the friendship, because then that happened, and then one of our other friends, Ryan. What was it? He also
Ryan Badusco.
So it was really funny that there was 3 brothers that all were friends, and then their 3 brothers all were in the same graduating, were also the same age, and then we became friends. So it was really funny whenever we would talk to each other's brothers, because I would talk to my brother and I go, "Oh, I'm gonna go hang out with Meza. I'm gonna go hang out with Meza, or I'm gonna go hang out with Verduzco," and then he'd be like, "Why are you gonna go hang out with them? Like they're not your friends. Why would you hang out with them?" And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna go hang out with Lewis. I'm gonna go hang out with so and so." And then it got real confusing real fast, and like we just started hanging out, become friends. And I think
me and my brother me and my brother grew up together trying to figure out life. Excuse me. As we go, my lobster. Oh my god! But we grew up in a small apartment, and my mom would always work, so I learned a lot from my brother. And as we grew, he was definitely an inspiration of how his work ethic was. Because now he works. He still works. He does his thing. Because I always tell him, like, I'll handle this and I'll do whatever I can. Because I know this is what I stopped doing for this. And because of you, thank you for pushing me and giving me this inspiration and putting both of our minds together, man. Because we always said we're a masterpiece that hasn't been put together. That's how I've always told my brother. I was like, dude, you're a beast at photos. Check out his photos, Jorge Meza Photography. And
I'll put the link in the description.
And then I was just graphic designing, trying to figure out. I was just graphic design. So I told him, look, man, like a lot of the time, I'm gonna have to do it because I know the illustrator, I know how to do the marketing. Now, if I need a photo from you, just do me a photo, and then your ideas, our concepts, we sign off on each other, right? Yeah. So growing up, I think that was the biggest challenge, and that's what helped us the most. Trying to figure out life day by day. Until this day, we still are, man. We're still like, I can talk to my grandma, but all she did was work. All she did was work. She didn't focus on anything else. So now we're trying to figure this whole thing is just me and him. What's next, bro? What's next?
But it's good that you mentioned that, because inspiration can come from anywhere. Like for me, when it comes to producing the videos and stuff like that, my dad was a huge 80s movie guy and TV show guy. So I grew up with a lot of Star Trek. I grew up with a lot of 80s TV shows, 60s TV shows like Twilight Zone, Knight Rider. I grew up with movies like RoboCop, Terminator, things like that. And so I was always a storyteller as a kid. And I remember to this day, I got made fun of. My mom, I love my mom. My mom's great. I love my mom. But she was always very skeptical of my love with movies and stuff. And I remember there was a parent-teacher conference I had in 6th grade where my teacher asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, director. And my mom kind of was just like, no, it's not really going to go anywhere. He's going to go into med school and stuff like that. And I ditched that. Didn't do it, didn't think about it for, years. I tried producing things, and then all of a sudden, Renee and I met. We're what, reaching 10 years of friendship now? At this point? Yeah. I was already producing things with a couple people, but they would flake. And it wasn't until last year, right, that, Renee and I sat down and we're like, we're already having conversations at a comic book store for hours on end. Why don't we just do it? And that's how it kickstarted. It's just his passion for the comic book industry and the nerdy stuff. He, we both needed each other in that sense to kind of be a support system and say like, okay, you help me kickstart my my drive to make stuff, and Renee can help me out with the content, and I have a buddy that can motivate me to keep going and stuff like that. We both helped each other out. So it's interesting. It's always interesting how these stories start up, and it's great to hear it.
Because I heard, one person told me you need to stop going halfway. And because I tried a lot of things. Like I tried to stray, I tried to do different brands. I tried to work on myself and do like posters of movies and stuff. And I just never got to finish things until this time where I was like, well, with the screen printing, I started and I finished it off to a point where I've learned it. Like I know screen printing for sure. Yeah. Same thing to this, where I was like, okay, if you're gonna do this, and my girlfriend also tells me, you can do it. I know, like, you can do it. And till this day, like I said, always tell yourself you can do it. Yeah. No one else is gonna tell you that. Nobody. Like, no one's gonna be like, dude, keep going. It's hard to find that nowadays. Yeah. And if you can't tell yourself, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the same thing with you guys. It's the same concept. Hey, guys, hey, you want to do this? Let's do it, though. It's not just, here and there, and let's try this.
Let's do it, and then like, 6 months later, back out.
Yeah, no, I literally was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm doing this every single day, and I'm going to post every single day.
No, I know that a lot of the times we'll give up days recording something.
Yeah. We give up our Friday nights. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we gave up Friday. We gave up Friday, and then we also went back today. You know, we had to do some rescheduling.
Oh, today's Sunday.
Today's Sunday, bro.
Yeah, today's Sunday, bro.
Yeah, today's Sunday.
Oh my god.
So I mean, like,
legit scared.
Oh, dude, I got you.
Yeah. We you know, but that's the interesting thing is that, like, you know, you have to be committed to whatever it is you're doing, and you really can't do anything. You can't be half in. You cannot be half in. If you're half in, that means you're half out. And like, you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and that's not going to work. If you're going to do podcasting, art, anything like that, I feel like that's a number one thing is you have to be all in or you're out. Yeah. If you're not,
like, for me, for example, right? You give up your job. I literally started a whole 24-hour job. If I'm working, usually I do my art from 8 o'clock in the morning to 3, right? Then have some family time in between. Yeah. I'll be honest. Sorry, babe. Sorry, girl. You know. But when she falls asleep, where's my iPad?
No, you gotta find where's every opportunity.
But the problem is that it starts getting to 1 to 2 to 3. Oh crap! I'm about to wake up at 8 o'clock. I need to go to bed. Yeah. It doesn't stop, man. If you're doing something that you love, that will be in your mind no matter what. Yeah. Like,
in order for you to start doing your work, you needed to have some motivation. Yeah. And I think the biggest pieces of work that you do, as we can see in the sticker that you brought us, is Pokemon. You started off with the red, blue, and green series of stickers, right? So your love of Pokemon is very apparent. Where did that start?
That started with me and my brother. We picked up.
We were born, and little did we know we were rivals.
I mean, we got exactly. My Gary was my George, man. I named it from the first day, George. Like, no, it's not Gary. Like, it's George. But it came from that, and that was the competitive aspect. Actually, I'm the little one. I'm gonna beat him. But I mean, I'll be fair. I'll say that he beat me during red version, blue version.
Oh, you're version. OG. You started off with the.
I started from the first day, man. We went and Kmart. I'll forever remember. We bought it. Came back. I got red version. He got blue version. I love Charmander. He loved Squirtle. There it went.
Oh, he was like, you're fire type. That's pretty cool. Water.
Yeah. We're 4 years apart, so like he knew. I'm sure he kind of knew more of what the heck was going on. You know, I'm over here like, I just want fire.
Are we all Pokemon fans here?
Yes.
I mean, I grew up watching, but it never. I mean, I never kept with it after like the original run of it. After like maybe Pokemon the first movie, and then I think I kept
the anime after. Like, I feel like the orange, the second region, like it started going down. I didn't follow XY and all that.
Hoenn was all right.
But Journey though. Yeah. Because of my little guy, I went to I watched Journey and. Dude, mind blowing.
The Netflix one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's dope. It's not bad.
It's
yeah,
dope.
It's good.
The battle scenes are awesome.
Well, the other thing that you.
You talked about the battle scene last season. Was it the Alolan season?
The Alolan season.
Yeah.
So no. Which one was it that he won the Alolan season? It was the one before that. It was the sword and he lost the Alolan. But it was at was it the Sword and Shield? I can't remember. It was either one.
He finally
won one. Yeah.
There was one where he made it to the semi or the finals, and then he loses it with his Greninja.
Oh yeah. That
Was
was the
it
year
black and
before.
white?
That was
Yeah,
the
I
year
think
before.
so.
Yeah,
I
black
think
and
so.
white. Yeah.
So I showed my fiance that scene because I stopped watching it, but I watched it here and there. Have you ever seen that scene or no?
No.
It's a great
It's
one.
epic.
Because like it's literally like a two-parter, and you know how like whenever it's like a great clash, you always kind of end up crying because one of the Pokemon don't end up like following what Ash
Yes.
says.
Yeah.
So this one was like, it was like an intense fight. The scene ends with Greninja just kind of standing, and then he faints. He's like, "You mean to tell me we had this entire buildup and you just lose in the
Yeah.
final, dude?"
Wow.
It was so great.
Well, it was like the first season, or was it Orange Islands that Ash went and Charizard, I think, and Dragonite were going 1-on-1.
And Dragonite
Episode
ends up
ended,
standing
and then Dragonite ended up winning, but then Pikachu came in or whatever.
Oh,
Something
it
like
was.
that.
I think it might have been Orange Islands because
It's
the
the Orange
Indigo
Islands.
Plateau was Charizard, Ash's Charizard, and whatever that.
Blaziken?
No, that was that
Oh,
was.
that's Hoenn.
it-
That's Hoenn. That's the Hoenn region.
Yeah,
That's
no,
at the
we're
end
talking
of the
about Charizard
Johto
didn't want to
region.
listen, right? You're talking about when Charizard didn't want to listen.
Yeah,
and he,
I
like,
forget his
laid down
name.
or
The
whatever?
other guy, the green Ash,
Yeah.
The green Ash. Yeah, I don't remember his name.
with his like Pikachu that has a hair flick. And you're
Yeah,
like,
Sparky,
What the hell is this?
Sparky.
Sparky,
Pikachu?
hey man, Sparky is dope. To this day, whenever I get a Pikachu, I always call it Sparky. I always call it Sparky.
I try to avoid it because of like, I was like, nah, like I need the little hair.
Yeah, I need the little hair flip.
Okay, does anyone still cry watching the first movie when Pikachu slaps other Pikachu?
Oh,
He
my
doesn't
God.
do-
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
it
so
is
I
amazing.
tried watching that. And I can't. I'll still cry because
Yeah.
like Pikachu's such like a. He's like, he's trying his hardest not to like attack the other Pikachu because
Yeah.
he knows that he's not intentionally doing it, and he's just taking it. You're just like, dude, why don't you
he's
defend
crying.
yourself?
And,
Yeah.
he's just and the other Pikachu's just
Crying.
crying, and
Yep.
he's like, "Fight back! Fight back!"
Dude, are we messed up because of that? Like, are we so
Probably.
emotionally
Yeah,
like
probably.
attached to things because
Well,
but-
no,
children?
you don't get that
You watch
emotional
that?
attachment to the new movies. I've watched.
No.
I've watched all my.
No.
I caught up actually, and I felt like I never got emotion off of them.
Okay,
I just
Journey though,
remember-
Journey did.
Yeah.
That Journey was good. Yeah, what were you saying?
No, just like I just remember the hype for the first movie.
oh yeah.
Oh,
build
bro.
up that
That-
was like
I-
the
Burger
marketing.
King
yeah.
had
Yeah,
the
the Burger King
Pokeballs with the
yeah.
golden things.
That
and
was
stuff.
sick. That was
Yeah.
Or what was it? The fact that when you went, it was like
You
the
get the
only way you
cards,
can get a
too.
Mewtwo. It was the only way you can get a Mewtwo, card.
Mewtwo,
Yeah.
Mew, the ancient Mew.
But
Even-
but the thing is,
yeah.
they only gave you one. They
Yeah.
only gave you one of them.
Yeah.
So it was either you can get Mew or Mewtwo. So that means I had to go back and hopefully get another and hopefully get a Mew.
You know, I actually did the Mew. I redid the Mew card.
really?
It was one of my
Oh.
first posts.
Are you talking about the ancient?
the ancient Mew?
Yeah, the
with
ancient
the,
Mew.
on the tablet?
Yeah, so I got it. I had it in the background, and I said, well, I'm going to put real life texture to it, and I'm going to put Mew on it. So I kind of gave it a little bit more 3D effect just because I wanted to retouch it, man. Like, it was. Someone needs to bring that back.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, you are on your Instagram. You are an avid Pokemon card collector.
Yeah, yes.
You guys do pack openings. You guys
Are we
do
doing that
everything
right
like
now?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I was still
Go.
talking about Pokemon. And
well, I
stuff.
mean, we still have Pokemon. We're starting to get into
And we can-
cards, so we
yeah.
might as well kind of.
I want to ask a question real quick
All right,
before
go
you
ahead.
ask that. Okay, so do you because you play the games, right?
Yes.
Okay, you still play the games.
Yeah, we were talking about how I picked up Pearl. He was picking up Diamond.
Yeah.
So he
I'm
literally.
gonna pick up Diamond.
Nuzlocke,
Nuzlocke.
No, but
Nuzlocke.
it was so funny though because he went, "Oh yeah, I picked up Diamond. What'd you pick up?" I went Pearl, and he goes, "Good, we can trade.
You got Dialga, I get Palkia.
Yeah, we'll trade later. You know."
So, do you get because this is how I play. I still play Pokemon. 20 years old, no shame. I'll still play
Same,
Pokemon in
same.
Oh
public.
yeah, it's good.
Same.
Do you get emotionally attached to these digital creatures at all?
So this is actually.
You laugh,
this is
but I got a
perfect.
story for you.
No, but his reaction.
Perfect.
Well,
Okay, so Diamond and Pearl, I'll admit that I was a little iffy. I was like, man, I played this. It's going to be the same thing. It looks a little bit stiff. I don't know if I should. And then I found my friend, Big Jelly. He streams, so Big Jelly Gaming. And he did a Nuzlocke. I've never done a Nuzlocke in my life. I don't know why I didn't, actually, if I think about it. Because I always wanted to do competitive, so I always trained from the get-go. Now with Nuzlocke, what I like is that you have to nickname your Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
What is Nuzlocke? So that
So
for viewers that
Nuzlocke
don't know what a Nuzlocke is.
Okay, so it isn't an in-game difficulty mode or anything like that. It's more like you kind of just do it based off of your own moral, decisions, but they're
Moral
yeah, you know, like don't cheat,
wake up
man.
and
Don't cheat, man. Like wake up and be like, I'm gonna play this damn game right, you know, because your Pokemon die, you have to release
How much
them.
do I hate myself today? I'm gonna Nuzlocke. This is making it much more difficult.
No, honestly, like it's crazy because so Nuzlocke is pretty much you go Wikipedia and you have like beginner Nuzlocke or like hardcore Nuzlocke, and they'll give you the rules. But you start off each wild area, you only could catch one Pokemon, the first Pokemon that comes up. If you already caught that, you could keep going and try to look for someone brand new. But once you catch that first Pokemon that pops up, you can't catch any more in that area. So that's throughout the whole region, right? So you train, and then if you have to nickname each single Pokemon that you're going to actually use, remember that you're really going to use all of them, because if a Pokemon dies, you have to release them. So I'm right now emotionally attached to Chimchar. Well, my guy is Chim Diddy.
Chim Diddy?
Little sneak peek. I might do Chimchar Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
But, a little sneak peek for y'all.
Let us know, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna definitely buy one of those. Dude. That's sick.
So I called him Chim Diddy, and that's my main guy. And I'm like, Chim Diddy, Ember. And then I hope he doesn't die, man. I hope, man. That's my number one Pokemon right now. Like he got to level 5 HP, and I was like, switch. Magikarp, go ahead.
I got tons of those.
Go.
You played Sword and Shield, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of Sword and Shield
did too, yeah.
because the battle. Okay, so Sword and Shield, the battles are soccer matches. That's what they're copying, and the music for that game is phenomenal. Like you get like chills just because you played Sword and Shield, right? Yeah, it's just like you're in it, like you're 100% in it.
Everything sounds like a stadium, like the songs.
Yeah.
And the crowds and everything. It's so good. So I forget the dog Pokemon that's in Sword and Shield. It's like a thunder type. It's an electric type Pokemon.
Oh, it's the one that has like the it's like green and
he's,
yellow.
He's basically a hound in his
a
last
hound?
evolution. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I named him after my dog Joey, and he was like my companion from like because I got him at the beginning.
Bolton?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look it up later. But I started at I caught him at the beginning, and I trained him all the way up until you fight the champion. And I grew really attached to this Joey. And we got to the part where you have to fight the champion. That dude, and I remember I almost cried because you know
slapped him or what?
no. So depending on the love, so look, I understand it's all numbers, it's all RNG, but if you have enough attachment to your Pokemon in game, sometimes they have like indoor.
Yes, they love you.
They love you, and they'll take like if it's a critical hit, they'll go down to 1 HP.
Yes.
So
I love
I
that.
forget who I was fighting, but the champion one hits him, and I was devastated because he just handled the crap out of every other Pokemon. And I just remember seeing the bar go whoosh, all the way down to 1, and I stopped playing. I had to put the Switch down. I'm like, no, dude. No, he freaking lived.
Keep him alive.
And ever since then, I look at my dog Joey, and I'm just like, dude, you're a hero in this game, dude.
Now, you really feel that when my brother has always told me, and since Red and Blue, you go through the Pokemon League without potions or healing. So your mine, like I have them at 75 or 80 at the time that I'm hitting the Elite Four, just because I love playing like that.
Yeah.
Like, let them take the damage. So when you're getting to that championship one and everyone's like in red or yellow, best believe you better know your super effects and all that. Because
You better know your strats.
Yeah, dude. Like, I love
And
that
people
part.
get attached to it. Like, it's so surprising. It's a video game, but people get attached to it. In high school, my friend's favorite Pokemon, or an ex-friend of mine, his favorite Pokemon is Absol.
Yeah.
And that was around the time.
Wait,
Dope,
Absol, really?
I love
Yeah.
the way it looks. Absol looks beautiful, man.
He
That's
looked
dope art.
great
Sorry, dope
at the
art.
end. It's friggin' awesome. And at the time, my favorite Pokemon was Blaziken because that was Ruby Sapphire.
That's everybody. Everybody's
sir.
favorite.
I
is-
love it.
everybody-
I'm a
everybody's
fire
favorite
type.
was-
If I was a gym leader, I'm fire type the entire
Fire type,
all the way through.
all the way.
So I remember he was like talking trash. He was like, you know, I'm gonna take, you know, I'm gonna get my Absol and I'm gonna like beat you with your Blaziken and stuff like that. So we're like, okay, fine. We brought in our Game Boys. We linked up. And I one hit KO'd his Absol, and he just turned off the game mid-match. He's like, I'm not playing anymore. I'm like, dude, we just started the game.
Oh
Why
my
are we
God.
not?
So actually, in high school, Pokemon cards, I used to play with you win, you take a card of theirs. That's how we would play.
Oh,
dude, I'll
used to be-
forever
everybody-
remember that. I
Everybody used to
took
do
my
that
friend's
for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Gyarados.
too.
I think it was Misty's Gyarados or something like that.
when it had the trainers next to him.
he had
Yeah.
it was OG. Yeah, it was dope.
OG,
It was
yeah.
cool. Like it, and it was hard for him to give it up.
Well, no, because
I was like, dude,
because I remember playing because I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan.
Yeah,
I love playing
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
As we
When-
saw in
when we-
issue 73 when you were naming all the blue eyes.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like,
That's what we would
Yeah.
do, dude. Frankenstein's. That's what we would
Yeah.
literally waste so much money on that. Damn
The,
thing.
Card games, man.
No, but it was
Card
so
games
it was
dangerous.
so funny though because I remember I think for like a small time in high school. We were. I remember people were going like Battle City rules.
Mhm.
Battle
Yep,
City
yep, yep.
rules. You lose, I steal your most valuable card, and you were
Yep.
just like, I don't think I dueled today, man. I think I'm good. I'm not
Yeah,
dueling
no,
today.
for real. Especially you get like the Stardust and all those when they were coming
Yeah.
out, dude. It was epic battles.
But it was one of those
I
things of
loved
like
it.
people were going like back to back, and that was before the new meta kind of came in, before everything was like really quick. So they were long duels where you were like, where people were just
Yeah.
like, oh, I got this. No, I got this.
Well,
Oh, I have a counter for that. Yeah,
There
it
are
was
long
good.
duels because a lot of the people would make the tournament decks.
Mm-hmm.
They're already pre-made, but like you already have the list.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that because of the fact that I would never run anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Always mixed it up, and then when I would get those dubs, best feeling in the world because everything is set planned for them.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I've known what you're gonna do already.
So when it comes to like Pokemon and stuff like that, I was a huge as a kid, I was a huge Yu-Gi-Oh collector. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh. Then I was in college and I was an addict to Magic cards, and that's where a lot of my money went. Like bad. And we were working together
Not
when
a
that was
big
happening.
fan
I
of
remember my paychecks were straight to like the new sets
I
that were
think, I
coming
think
out.
I think one day you walked into work and then I was like, bro, I made a new dragon. I made a new dragon deck, and you were like, how much did you spend? I go, don't talk about that. I just just check it out. You were like, oh, this was expensive, wasn't it?
And Yu-Gi-Oh is like that as well, but Pokemon, I wasn't that into the card games. I just like collecting the cards. Correct me if I'm wrong, Renee. Most stores don't really do card stuff because they don't host like tournaments and stuff like that because it gets
So,
pretty dangerous.
If
right?
you sell cards at a shop, then the next question is, do you do tournaments?
Yes.
and stuff like that. And at the not this location, but there was another Undercity location long ago. Our first store, we did both. We did Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic and stuff.
Magic.
And
Bring it back.
I did dabble into Magic, obviously, because it's there. You know, I'm
But
interested
Magic
in stuff.
is a lot of formats.
That's the thing. There's so
many
many
cards.
different formats. There's like, you know, the standardized one, which is basically like tournament sanctioned rules that you have to keep. But then the thing is that Magic cycles out so many cards.
That was
No, yeah.
so stupid.
Well,
you can't use last
Yeah.
year's sets. You got to
Yeah,
use your
dude,
I
I
had
had
to
two
do that.
sets
My
before.
brother-
My brother would do tournaments for Magic.
Yeah.
He had like an infinite life deck and stuff like that. But I hated.
Oh my
I would
God,
play,
yeah.
but then when this format tournament, I was like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna have like 10
there's
decks.
multiple. There's
Yeah.
the
I'm not gonna
FNM,
do
which
that.
is the Friday Night Magic
Yeah.
one, which is the sanctioned tournaments, and then you do like either. You know,
FNM.
EDH, which is basically like all these banned cards
Yeah.
from Standard, but you can play them in there,
Yes,
and
yes,
then
yes,
your
yes.
deck would be like that big.
Commander decks.
Commander
decks,
When
yeah.
back in the day, I think it was like just before the first movie came out. Did you guys ever go to EB Games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
EB Games, what
Games,
they used to
yeah.
do back in the day is they used to have Pokemon card tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And those Pokemon card tournaments, for anybody that doesn't remember, wasn't alive back then. It was one of
I just felt my
old.
certain
We're the
generation.
I usually just crack my back. Not too long ago. I was like, oh.
no, but EB Games isn't around anymore.
No,
Yeah,
neither is
they-
Hollywood
they-
EB
Video, where it
Games
was
sold me my
DS.
first pack of 5 gum.
Well,
And that's how I got addicted to gum.
I remember the thing that got me. No, but I remember because they used to do it. It was a weekly tournament
Yeah.
that they would always host. But what they would do, and I thought that was always the coolest thing in the world. It was they would get everybody together, and then you had to win 5 matches from random people that were there. You had to win 5 matches. Then you can challenge the gym leader. Because they had one.
That's
They
pretty sick.
had one employee who had,
That
who had
is
a rock,
super cool.
who had like a rock deck,
Wow,
and then
I didn't know
you would
about
get
that.
like
That
the,
is
you would
sick.
get like
I
the
did not
stone.
know
You,
that.
you would get like the stone. You would get like the stone badge, and then it was like, oh, you have to beat another 3 people, and then they have to initial right next to it, so it was a big card, and then you had to get the stickers. And you had to go all the way through it, and then they had like a limited edition card that they would give you at the very end
Yeah.
if you made it to the championship. And then in the championship, you could then win more by beating their elite 4.
So
Which
the
would be
reason
different decks. Which that by far, I remember being a kid, and I remember not doing so well. I remember getting just trashed.
Yep.
And just, I'm like 9. I'm like 9 at the time. Like my brother
You're
was
Thinking
doing
about combos
like,
and
part-
stuff.
yeah,
I'm
I'm going like, oh, I put this thing. Oh, I need power. I need,
Yeah.
What? This card works with that one?
I need other cards, and I didn't really know what combos and stuff like that were. But I remember back then, like watching my brother play, and I remember watching all these other people play, and like it was so cool. They don't do that anymore.
Nope.
Like,
No,
play-
and I
places
feel
don't
like
do
this
that
is a
anymore.
reason why. And again, the reason I said like some places like stores hosting tournaments is pretty dangerous. I know because Jimmy's down the street in Whittier.
Yeah.
They don't allow people to sell or trade cards amongst themselves because they don't want to deal with people cheating out other people.
Yes.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah, that happened at the store as well too. We never allowed trading and stuff. We had a person that specifically was there for like
during tournament.
Okay, or in
yeah,
the store as well too. No trading within the store because sometimes people take advantage of other people.
Well, because people don't know what certain cards are worth.
That's right.
And then they get like a cool.
Especially kids, man. There's
Then we get
kids
blamed
there.
for it. That's the
Like,
thing.
Because honestly, you can get a like Yu-Gi-Oh. You can get like I was saying last time. You can get this cool blue eyes and it looks really sick and everything else. And then somebody goes, "Hey man, I'll trade you like an obelisk, or like an Egyptian god," and you're going like. Egyptian god more expensive than my blue eyes. Obviously, I'm going to trade it because it's a good trade.
Until you realize.
Then you realize that that obelisk has been printed so many times, and now it's only worth like 5 cents. Where the blue eyes that you just traded was a limited edition blue eyes, and that one's worth like $30-$40. And it's like, dude, what did I just do?
That's why at the store we told him if you're going to trade, do it
go
outside and away from
parking
eyesight.
lot.
Yeah,
Do it in the parking lot.
basically.
See, I felt like Nick though, like because my brother and I would go to Orbit in San Gabriel,
Oh, right,
and then
right.
the Pasadena one. I'm trying to remember what that was. It's now like I don't know, I think ramen or something like that. But there's a Pasadena store right in front of Houston's, so that's where we would go and do tournaments. I would watch him. I would watch the tournaments because I got manhandled in Orbits. I was like, I'm never doing this again. Oh my God, people are really into this. Like,
Dude, I know that
crap,
Jimmy's had an
dude.
incident a couple years back where someone like with weapons were coming in there like
It gets
taking
crazy.
things. Yeah,
It gets crazy.
It gets insane.
The problem with that is that I feel like there's a small part of that community of like people who do like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, whatever it is. They are so invested in the deck. They've spent so much money on their deck. I mean, some people spend.
But it's not only
$1,000.
the deck, bro, because now people are
collectors.
waiting at 7, 6 in the morning at Target.
So I have a story about that because it's
Yeah.
crazy. My friend Hayden, he came on the show for our Halloween episode, right?
Yeah.
He started dabbling into card collecting and stuff.
Oh, is this the Pokemon thing?
This is the Pokemon
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So basically, he was waiting in line and he was there and he took a number. They told him, okay, you have to take a number and then go. But there were some people that were just waiting in line. They didn't know about the taking the numbers thing, and then you go and get the new set of Pokemon at Target. So basically, they opened the store. They were giving them away to people that took a number, and then there were some people in line like, well.
I've
No
been
one
waiting
told
here.
us this.
I've been in line since 7 a.m., man.
No one said anything, and they got upset. And one guy did get upset and basically, draw a gunpoint, and basically stole a bunch of, Pokemon stuff from people that were waiting in line.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's
No,
crazy.
during COVID and all that, it went crazy,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
Because everybody
It
started
was
getting into
insane.
collecting.
Yeah.
People who
People are staying
into
overnight.
So
collecting-
you said that,
Yeah.
and it reminded me that for whatever reason, like a couple months back, people were back into that whole Pokemon card collecting craze.
They're still into it, dude.
So here's my thing, dude. As a Pokemon fan, I'm gonna tell you right now, my favorite Pokemon is Charmander, and the one thing I hate the most is when people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite Pokemon?" Charmander's like, "Oh, so you like the basic one that everyone likes?" No, I don't. He was my first starter when I was 5 years old, and me and the homie have gone through so many different adventures. And I showed you,
Exactly.
I showed you before we started recording. In my Pokemon home account, I have a Charizard that's level 38 that I've had since 2011. So
Crazy.
you tell me,
Well, no,
you
because-
tell me
see,
how I don't like
The
Charmander.
thing is
Yep.
that when I was a kid, my parents got me and my brother Pokemon. You obviously can't buy one Pokemon when you have 2 kids. That's just not how that works.
Yeah.
that's not how
No.
that works.
Yep.
You have to
that
buy
that
2
was me because
cartridges.
my brother and my sister were not into it.
Well,
They
no,
tried.
Me and my
Yeah.
brother were into it, and so you have to get 2 cartridges.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is that me and my brother told me, we'll pick a color, and then I'll pick one after you.
Yeah.
So I picked blue, and he picked
picked
red.
red, yeah.
So his favorite is Charizard, and mine's Squirtle.
I was gonna say Bulbasaur.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Shut the heck up. No one's talking to you. Anyway, mine's Squirtle, and so like whenever I get a chance to get like when I find out that a Squirtle is in a game, oh man, especially like any Pokemon game now, I'll immediately
You'll pick them up.
Oh no,
Always.
I'm going to that. I'll even look up like in what where is the higher rate of me picking this up, so that way I can go there and then I'll go back and forth until I get Squirtle. I'll get them. I'm like, I'll even have like special. I'll have the.
Hey,
I'm not gonna.
Mike did nothing wrong, sir. He's taking my Squirtle.
The Squirtle is yours still. Chill out.
He's my Squirtle, dang it! No, yeah, but I love me a good blast.
Remember
list.
when
I love
McDonald's did that promo with the Pokemon cards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah,
Okay.
I was in line.
No, dude,
Not even joking.
Guilty.
Not even joking. My fiance and I went to McDonald's, okay? And I said, look,
Dude, they
the
was
first...
sick.
I'm only doing this. I'm gonna keep doing this until I get my Charmander.
I got him the
Okay,
first pull.
I got him in the first
Nice.
freaking pull, and
Dope.
he is on my desk in the little frame they give you. He's right there, and he's my dude.
The only thing I was kind of upset is I got
oh,
three.
you were there with us.
Yeah.
I got
think so.
three.
Yeah.
I got
I think so,
three.
yeah.
I got three. I ended up getting a Pikachu, a Charmander. I never got a Squirtle. I kept on trying to pull him.
right.
I kept on trying
Because
to
your
pull him.
love for Squirtle was not as deep as my love for Charmander.
Did
I got a Charmander,
you
okay.
think? Wait, hold on. I have a little. Let's see.
All right,
Okay,
all right.
so you're a deep Charmander fan, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I think Charmander is actually here. You know why? Have you seen my tattoo,
No, what?
You haven't
Hold
seen his
on, what?
tattoo?
No.
dude? Okay.
You didn't see
I
his tattoo when he
never
was walking
wanted
around?
to get a tattoo,
Wait, what?
and
Was I
I
supposed
was
to pay attention
always
to that?
what? No.
He's
But,
wearing I mean, he's wearing shorts.
so yeah, there's a reason why too. What showed up? I don't care, man. I Pokemon to me, I'm a diehard fan, and you know, I always wanted to get a tattoo, and I never knew what I was gonna get. I always want to get the LA. I'm sure I'm gonna still get it and stuff like that, but I need to work on the grind first. So figure that out later. But my first tattoo, I thought about it, and I looked up on Instagram, Toby James. Someone told me about it, and he's a tattoo Pokemon artist.
Okay.
I hit him up, and I was like, look, I love this damn Pokemon. I need the whole evolution on my calf.
Oh, wow.
And I have Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard tatted on me,
It's all stacked.
all stacked.
Is it the shadows of every single one, or is
No,
it?
No, it's the
is
full
it's a
body
full
detail.
detail.
Can you
Ooh,
show?
yes, please
All right,
show
and
us.
then the camera should pick you up right over here.
Yeah, it's
Again,
a-
YouTube exclusive, guys.
So
right here.
go
Try to
towards
get
the
up on
middle.
top.
Yeah. Or stand on the. You can stand on the
Yeah,
chair.
you can
if
stand on the chair. It's
Stand on the
fine.
chair. Yeah, stand on the chair.
Dang.
So move.
Oh,
Nick,
the mic.
move the mic. There you go. Okay.
It's a little dyed right now because I haven't put lotion, but I had to get it.
That looks sick. Wow.
What
If not,
the
we'll take a
heck?
picture of that and put
Yeah,
it
Let's
up.
take,
I'll
let's
post
take,
it
let's take a
there,
picture. Yeah, so that we can
I
post
have
it
a
up.
better picture, nice and shiny. Don't worry.
Yeah, right when it was done. Right when it was
Yeah.
done.
I
Okay.
didn't put lotion before I came.
Look, man, I
You
can't do
didn't- you didn't
tattoos.
lotion? You didn't lotion?
You can't do
I
tattoos.
can't do tattoos because I have a fear of needles. But I will say that for one of my birthdays, my fiance went to Build-A-Bear and she got me the Charmander that you could build there.
Yeah.
She paid so much attention to detail to it that the sound box that she got a voice recording of the original Charmander sprite sound
Yes.
from Red
Ah,
Blue version, and
okay.
she got it so that it records it. So every time you press its button, it's the sound that you hear from the game. Yeah, instead of like the whole Charmander. No, it's that one. Like
That's
So you're
that's
like,
I appreciate a Charmander
So-
lover.
I originally just wanted to put a bunch of like characters like Ryu, Venom, Spider-Man, and all that around this.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put my Super Mesmon all around it now.
Yeah. So
This is the only Pokemon. I love Pokemon, all of them. But Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard will forever be my number one Pokemon.
It's a
till
shame
life
that
ends.
the Charizard card is like the most expensive
It
one.
is.
Dude.
Because it's like, dude, I wish I could have. And
Well,
you showed it
want
on one of
one.
your Instagram stories. That what was it? One of your homies
One of my
pulled out.
friends, yeah, A2. He's a calligraphy writer, awesome. But he pulled, it was him. He pulled the Charizard. I think my nephew pulled the Blastoise from the celebrations. Dude, I'm jealous since the time
And
that
it
you
was a
send that to
holographic
me.
too.
So hold on one
Hollow,
second.
like-
so with that, I wanted
I
to
want
tell
it.
you real quick. With the 25th, it's been around for 25 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
Pokemon.
Yes.
Pokemon.
Yeah,
So
even-
I know. So I know.
Wait, are we doing the?
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Okay, hold up.
I-
There's a second camera I got to work
I
on,
know.
dude.
So while I'm pitching, you can do that. So I know that you are a huge fan of Pokemon. I know you like to open boxes.
Yeah.
So what I did is I went out and I picked out.
Live at Keeping Up with the Nerds, we're going to be
Dude,
opening up some card packs.
celebration pack,
Show it to the
baby.
camera.
25th
Right here.
anniversary Celebration.
Oh my God,
Yep, got it.
dude!
It's brand
Look,
new.
shout out to my friend Sabi Echo. He has gotten me all my cards. I'll be
So-
honest. I've picked up a few, but he got me Celebration.
Here's
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Editing Brian from Keeping Up with the Nerds. I'm interrupting this podcast to let you guys know that the box opening for the 25th anniversary Pokemon card box that we did with Lewis, I actually cut that out of the podcast just simply because as I was editing the episode or the issue, I kind of got this feeling that you guys weren't really going to enjoy it, especially for our audio listeners. So that portion of the video will be uploaded separately on our YouTube channel the following day. So if you're listening to this on our audio platforms, head on over to our YouTube channel at Keeping Up with the Nerds to go watch that video there and see what cards we got. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, they were some pretty damn good cards. We got really excited for it. So if you guys are Pokemon fans and want to check out that box opening video, head on over to your YouTube channel. Otherwise, stay tuned to the end of the issue. We're almost done, guys. Thank you, guys. We'll see you all in a bit.
So, Lewis, thank you for joining us on this issue.
Of course,
Is there
man.
anything else you want to let our audience know?
I mean, watch out. Black Friday is around the corner and Christmas is around the corner. I know we're going to be putting up prints and all that onto our shops and all that, so that'll be available to everyone. We're trying to get into pins, and we may be working in flea markets and stuff in LA, so catch on to that. But I want to thank you guys so much, man, for giving us this time, giving me this time. I appreciate it, man.
Yes.
Sorry. This is my boy Nick, man. He knows I have his back. He has my back. Love him to death, and love you guys, man. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Keep killing it, bro. Keep killing it. Love this. Come check out their comic book shop, man. This is dope.
Where can people find you?
Oh, you guys can find me at Super Meza Bros and IG. TikTok, we're starting to get it as well, and it's Super Meza Bros. Everything's Super Meza Bros. And our website, supermezabros.com.
Perfect.
Everything's Super Meza
Simple.
Bros.
Simple,
not-
easy, straightforward, you know?
It's not ours. It's not ours. where we were like, oh, who is using Keeping Up with the Nerds?
No, we had to make sure. I went through all the platforms to steal it all. I have Twitch, Super Meza Bros. I
Good.
made sure that it was ready
We should
to go.
probably get...
We should get
yeah,
Twitch.
so
Yeah.
I
That's
just
a-
save it.
that's
I just
a-
save it just
yeah.
in case, put it aside
That's
and stuff.
that's definitely a step.
So.
We got a lot to think about. But Lewis, thank you so much again. And honestly, your words, your inspiration, everything that you do, man, it's been eye opening. So
Yeah,
thank you
man.
for joining us. It was a lot of fun, and I feel like our guests are gonna love you. And again, you
Appreciate
guys
it.
can find him at Super Meza Bros. So if you guys want to check out his work, and trust, there is more than just this. It's some
Yeah.
of the it's really
We're
really
dropping
great
more too,
work.
man.
Yeah.
We're dropping more too, and always follow your heart, guys. Everyone, follow your heart. You'll never look back.
Definitely. Words to live by.
Absolutely. Do you want to say anything about this? Or do you
We'll
wanna
talk
hold
later.
off?
We'll talk later about it, just to kind of figure out exactly what we're gonna be doing. But Nick, you got to close up this. You got to close up this issue.
I know. I was trying to clean.
All right, so I'll give you 2 minutes. I'll give you 2
I'm
minutes to
all
clean
trying
because
to
I got to
clean.
do the whole plugs for ours.
Yeah.
So
Do the
guys,
plugs. Can I get the
yeah.
Oh, yeah, here.
So guys, you guys can find us at on Instagram and Twitter at Keeping Up with the Nerds. If you guys want to keep up to date with everything that we're going to be releasing, all the new content and everything like that, keep an eye out as well because we will be making a couple announcements on there, just letting you guys know ahead of time. If you guys liked what you guys heard, follow us on all our audio platforms at Keeping Up with Nerds, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. This podcast was visual heavy. I don't know again how we're going to format it, but just in case, our YouTube channel at Keeping Up with the Nerds, you guys can find videos on there. We're going to be releasing some skits, hopefully around December time as well, with all our guests so far. Keep an eye out there. We're at 79 subs, but we want to reach 125. So if you guys liked what you guys saw, like what you guys heard, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, share with friends, share with everyone, and let us know what you guys think about it as well. Sub, ring that bell, and comment on our videos as well. Instagram, Twitter.
Dude, it came as like a nice little
I
It
know
did.
when
Yeah, it's
it's
cool.
all folded in is actually
It's
a
like,
nice
it's
little-
small. It doesn't take up a lot of area. Yeah.
I was like, this is huge.
Facebook as well. Follow us on Keeping Up with the Nerds. We post everything on there when it comes out. And am I missing anything?
that is it.
That's it.
I think you're it. That's it. If you wanted to see more of Lewis and his stuff, go check it out. Like he was saying,
Plug.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna be plugging. We'll also put up. We'll talk later about getting George's stuff as well.
Yeah, for sure.
We can also put up some of George's stuff, and that way.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, I get to get him in here as well. I mean, that'd be
Yeah, that'd be
perfect.
great.
You are
I'm just
welcome to
telling you
any
guys.
time.
Thank you.
Honestly,
Appreciate it.
anytime if there's some new Pokemon news you want to talk about, just come on over.
All
You're
right,
more than
boys.
welcome.
It is the vibes, man. Right here, Keeping Up with the Nerds. This is the vibe.
Thanks, man. Nick, I give you 2 minutes.
Let's
go. I give you 2 minutes. What the hell?
He's like the Tasmanian devil right now. Just like trying to wrap everything up so fast.
Pikachu stuff.
Spit shine.
Nick,
Spit shine.
let's wrap up this issue. Let's go. 74, remember.
This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 74. My name is Nick Valero.
Renee.
This is Brian.
This is Lewis Meza, Super Meza Bros.
Recording at Undercity Comics in Whittier, California. We want to thank everyone for listening to this issue and hope to see you all next time.